Stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to make this adorable little tulip block, and it all came about because of a blooper that I made on a previous video, one that you'll never see. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fun and really easy tulip block. I really love it. It's very versatile, great scrap buster. It came about very oddly enough, I should say. I was actually filming a video. I had all good intents and purposes to do this video for a disappearing weather vane. And I cut it all out, and this goes to show you when you're doing a video, if you're a creator, always test first, because when I went to put it together, I filmed the video, 2 hours worth of like showing how to piece this, that, and it turns out it doesn't work quite right. The seams are a little off, and depending on how you want to flip the blocks, when you do disappearing blocks, you flip them around. I've done other videos that do work, but I should have tested it first because it did not work. However, the very happy surprise was this little block. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and I'm going to show you a bunch of layouts because there are so many fun ways to put this together. Let's get started. First thing you're going to need 2 squares of, this is piece A, and they are 3 1/4 inches square. And then you're going to need 1 3 1/4 inch of piece, this is a different fabric, it's still 3 1/4 inches square, and then another one 3 1/4 inches square. So this would be for the flower, and this would be for the stems or the leaves. Again, you know, any color you want to use. So one of each of those, because we're going to pair those up with these yellows and make half square triangles, okay, like so. And then the rest of the pieces are all 2 1/2 inches. You're going to need one of the corner pieces. In fact, let me pull this block over so you can actually see one of the corner pieces, and these are all 2 1/2 inches. One of the center of the flower, 2 1/2 inches. 2 for the leaves, those 2 right here, and then 1 for that little center pop there. And these are, again, all 5 of those are 2 1/2 inches. So the first thing we're going to do to make my little tulip block is make a half square triangles, and you're going to need 2 of these, and this is the 2 at a time method. So I'm just going to do it on this one really quickly. This is a very easy method. I love this method for making half square triangles. Alright, so there's my yellow, and I'm going to draw a line on the back side of this fabric. Now this is batik, so it's hard to see the back, and there sometimes really isn't a back. But on the back side of your fabric, you're going to draw a diagonal line. Now normally I wouldn't do it this dark. This is a water-soluble pencil, color pencil. But because of the camera, I wanted to make it dark so you could see it. Then you're going to line up with right sides facing that fabric, okay? Right sides facing, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance along both sides of that line. So you're going to have 2 seams going along both sides of that line. Alright, so here it is. It's kind of hard to see with that yellow, but I did sew 2 lines down each side of that drawn line. And now you're going to take your ruler and your rotary cutter, and you're going to cut on that drawn line. Don't cut through the stitching, just cut on that drawn line. And then you have your half square triangles. I'm going to press these to the dark side, and then I need to trim them down to 2 1/2 inches square. Alright, so here it is. Now I'm going to trim it down. The way to do that is, let me get my pointer here. You're going to first off square off this one edge, and this ruler is invaluable. These with a square ruler for a quilter with a diagonal line printed on it. I line up that diagonal line on the seam, and I'm just going to trim that corner off. Alright, and then I'm going to rotate it around. So now you have a nice sharp point there, and you're going to find your 2 1/2 inch point on that diagonal line, and to get that perfect half square triangle, you'll line it up here, here, and then on that diagonal line on the seam in the corner, and then you're just going to trim. Okay, so you're going to do that. You're going to repeat that with this one, and then you're going to do the same thing and make 2 half square triangles with those other 2 fabrics that we used. Alright, so these have been trimmed, and now I'm going to lay this block out because now we need to piece the block together. So easy, and it's just such a pretty little block. It's a fun little tulip. It's springtime here. It's late spring. Well, it's not late. It's late end of April, and just sort of fun to make something a little springy. You're going to lay this out like so. Oops. What am I doing? Oh, here we go. There we go. And then it's almost like a little 9 patch. It's very easy to do. And I'm just going to sew these pieces together and then sew the rows together. All right, so here are the 3 rows sewn together, or the 3 individual rows sewn together, and now I'm just going to piece those 3 together, making sure to pin at those seams. All right, there is my little tulip block. How pretty is that? This would be a great scrap quilt. Maybe make each tulip flower a little different. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3 more of these, and I'm going to put them together like one block, and I'm going to show you some different layouts in it. So this was the original block when I messed up my video. This was the weather vane block, and I split it in 2, and the measurements didn't jive. So we're going to just play with this block now a little bit. I'm going to show you some different layouts with this one block. Now you could make a weather vane with it. Hey, that would be fun. And you could do 4 blocks. This is what it would look like. I'll show you I use Electric Quilt 8 software, and I was able to download the scans of this fabric. So it looks pretty much like it would if I sewed it together. But because this is such a versatile little block, I'm going to switch it around a little bit. We're going to play with it a little bit. And so I'm just going to rotate this around, and you can kind of see where there's a line starting here with the green, and here, like you can see that, and I'm going to show you with it's 4 by 4 grid, so you need, let's see, you need 16 of these blocks to make this wall hanging. These are, again, 6.5 inch blocks. And look how it forms these rows. It looks like rows of tulips. Like I've always wanted to go to Holland in the spring to see their tulip fields. And I believe there's some in Michigan too. I think it actually is called Holland, Michigan. I might be wrong on that, but I've always wanted to see tulip fields. I cannot grow tulips. Well, I can grow them, but the chipmunks eat the bulbs. So it's a lost cause, and I've tried many times. But anyway, so this is one version. And let's say we wanted to turn it around a little bit. We could do, let's see, we're going to rotate these around a little bit and sort of have some fun with it. Like so, right? And then you get like a pinwheel in the middle and a little wreath forming. This is a really good one, and I'm going to show you what at the end I'm going to show you this one with some sashing too. But here's what it looks like with no sashing. Again, these are 16 blocks. It's a row 4 by 4. Now here's another way we could do this. Just like this, simple, just tulips in your garden. Tulip garden, maybe you could call that quilt that. And then you repeat it again 4 by 4, and this is what that would look like, excuse me. I really like this one too, just very simple. And I love a repetitive pattern sometimes, and this is a great one for that. Now here's a little bit different take. This may not be my favorite, but you can just sort of switch it around. It gives me a little more modern look to it, and here it is with the 4 by 4 grid. Gives just a little bit more modern. You could play with this a little bit more. This one is interesting too, maybe more like a tulip bed. So you're just going to rotate this one like so, whoops, like so and like so. And you can kind of see these little shapes forming, and here it is in the 4 by 4 grid. And then this one is fun too. They're all fun, I shouldn't say that. I keep repeating myself. And then here's the one block. You would make the one block like this. And then a 4 by 4 grid would look like this. This has a lot of movement in it. Like tulips in the wind, let's call it that one. And of course you could rotate them around. I mean, it's so much fun to play with these. You could spend hours, maybe not hours, but you could spend a lot of time. Look how that yellow really pops on that. Much different than the green in the center. And now this one, when you put the 4 together, you get a much brighter with that yellow design. So a lot of that's color placement too. But there's that one. And then this one is fun. This one I liked too. I do repeat myself a lot. Sorry about that. This one, let me make sure I'm laying this out the right way. This one you can really see when you're doing it, when you have more than 4 blocks, excuse me. So here it is. You can start seeing this little chevron shape here in the green. Now here it is 4 by 4. That is a fun one too. I really like that one too. It's like a garden path almost. So yeah, you can choose whatever layout you want. I'm gonna sew, it's up to you. This is a great versatile little block. And lots of fun to play with, and what I really love is that it sort of came out of a mistake that I made with shooting a video. But it's a very happy mistake. Sometimes you make happy mistakes, and this is one of those. And this is just a fun little tulip block. Here's another one I forgot. You could do it on point. I don't do a lot on point. I'll do one more. And I'll show you that one on the computer too, that's pretty too. But the one I really thought was interesting was this circle. It forms a little wreath. And what I did is I added sashing. Here we go. See that circle? See how it forms like a little wreath of tulips? And then what I did is I added sashing. And then the binding, I pulled out that blue. And I think that turned out really nicely. I really like the way that turned out. All right, there's my little tulip block, my happy mistake. Which layout did you like the best? I really, really liked the way that little wreath turned out with the sashing. And then, of course, I always love the one that's all in one direction. Just reminds me of tulip fields. It inspires me to make a reservation for next spring. I've already missed them this year. But maybe next year, one year, I'd love to go see those tulip fields, either in Michigan or in Holland. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. I really appreciate you stopping by. Make sure to subscribe so you get all of my latest videos. I do tips, tutorials, all kinds of free patterns, that kind of thing. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram. I have a great Facebook group called Working Our Scraps Off. You can go over there and join that. Make sure to answer the questions. There are questions to keep spammers out, and you got to answer those questions. But I'd love for you to join us over there. You could see projects like this. I share my projects over there. This, again, is a great scrap quilt. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.